Hello and welcome. Today is Saturday, October 16th, and today we're playing some League of Legends. My name is Brandon. This is Doug.
I am Doug.
We don't have Ben today, but we got something even better. Another person.
I wouldn't go that far, but thank you. I'm really excited to see this game today.
Yes, we got some border showdown stuff going on right now. Kansas versus Missouri, the classic. We're hoping to get into draft here soon. Learn some stuff about these teams. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Doug? You're new here.
I'm Doug. Doug the Plug, as you can see by my nameplate.
Doug, no last name?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a last name. I'm hard stuck, gold 3. Have been, always will be, and I enjoy long walks on the beach.
We all enjoy those long walks on the beach and being hard stuck.
Yes. Some of us more than others. That's why I have like 700 games and I'm still there.
All right. So, just to give a little bit of a, maybe we can preview this match a little bit. We've got our team, and so when we've streamed the past couple of times, the matches have been not very close. We've kind of had these more one-sided affairs. I think today is going to be very different. This is going to be, it's first of all high stakes, KU-MU, always going to be a lot of fun, always going to have a lot of stakes, a lot of bragging rights involved, but also the ranks of our players match up.
Yes.
Almost the same in every single role. It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be exciting.
I'm really excited to see how this jungle matchup plays out. You know, Spick's Spot coming in instead of Porchland here for this first game. It's gonna be really interesting to see how he melds in with the team coming in like that, and then also really interested to see how Moonglade does. I know he likes stepping up to the plate a lot. And, you know, there's a little bit of a rank disparity there. I'm excited to see how he handles it. We also have to type R.
Yes.
There we go.
All right, I think we are getting into draft here, and we are indeed got this ban phase going.
Let's see how this goes.
I want to see Akshan left open.
I would also like to see some Jay's Akshan,
yes,
the absolute classic.
The Jay's Akshan is something that we have been seeking the entire season, have not quite seen it yet.
Actively hunting for it, and I doubt it's going to be allowed to happen here game 1, but that is just a hunch. Kled getting taken out, yeah.
So Pachi, very proficient on Kled, yes. Karthus banned, I like it. Karthus is a triple flex, can play him jungle, mid, or bot lane.
Yeah.
Good to get him off the table, does a lot of damage.
Excited to see what this next pick's going to be. I think we can really sort of tell a lot about Mizzou's game plan based off who they try to take out of here next. These first 3.
They really like taking their time with the bans. I understand.
You know, it's a big decision.
Gotta
it's a big
strategize.
Decision. Taking out the Twitch, all right. They're not liking Groovy sneakiness. They're a little bit wary. The Rek'Sai ban, I like the Rek'Sai ban. Iron Player has a lot of games.
Target ban. Yes.
Yeah. A lot of games on Rek'Sai. Very impactful early on.
Does struggle a little bit later on into the game, but early on, definitely can run over you. So good to get that out of the way. And there is Akshan. He will be removed from the table. Unfortunately, we will not see it today. But we're still feeling good.
What's the point?
Yeah, honestly.
Just turn off the stream, man.
I mean, we're just kind of getting sabotaged right now.
Bard ban, like the Bard ban, he's very, very oppressive on the map when he gets roaming, especially if you get a safe ADC with him. Definitely has a lot of impact. Let's see what this first pick is, though.
Do we see B1 Yumi?
P1 Yumi? Or B1?
Has
Yumi?
Has the World Championship inspired these teams?
I'd say, I don't know if inspired is the right word.
Trundle.
That's a... Probably, I'd expect that top more than jungle.
Really? I was going to say the opposite. I would expect it to go into the jungle. It's where we see him more often, but can also flex up into that top lane or even down into that support role. Is very good.
If it's
very good support right now.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I love a good Trundle support.
Ooh, Graves.
That is
another
flexible.
Flex pick.
Yeah.
Yes. Probably a jungler, but we have seen Graves go into top lane. Have seen him go into mid lane. Very oppressive in those solo lanes.
Yes.
But he is that scaling jungler. And
solo lane. Is Jay reaching into his pocket, or is that for top lane there? We don't know.
We don't know quite yet. I do like Xin Zhao here. I think that champion is absurdly strong with that crescent guard, being able to block just so much damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely a very good pick here.
Anyone you could build Gore Drinker Yomu's on is definitely something you're looking for right here. And
is a little bit risky to take it because
Olaf.
the Olaf can come into it. Olaf does play pretty well into the Xin Zhao, but
It does leave some more questions
Yes.
about the Trundle. It
Yes.
does leave some more questions on the table.
these teams are just answering all of our questions every time. Is
Yeah.
this the Trundle jungle?
They just
no.
love-
Is this a Graves jungle? No.
No.
There we go.
I wonder what question we'll have next. We'll have to wait for.
And last second,
Victor
Victor.
mid.
Yes,
Right,
Victor is definitively
right.
definitively the mid laner, I will say.
We say that now.
If
However-
it gets flexed, I think I'm going to leave.
I'm gonna lose my marbles.
Now, what is the response here? I
mean,
hope
you
we can keep
probably
that
have to-
flexibility open. Yeah.
You probably have to take the mid here, so that way they can't just target Van Yao,
Yeah.
and then you can save the counter pick here. The TF, good
Alright.
map presence. I like it. Strong roaming.
Looks like we just have maybe everyone is picking for themselves at this point. Our
Yeah.
top jungle mid on both sides locked in. I really like the draft from KU here
Yes.
with that Twisted Fate, with that Xin Zhao. Really strong mid jungle. A lot of setup for the Xin Zhao to land that Wind Becomes Lightning into
Yes.
the dash, and watching that TF go up to the top lane to snowball that Graves. We can
Yeah.
already kind of see this game plan forming.
Yeah.
I really like what we're seeing here.
You know, the strong mid lane jungle is really important. You know, you can do a lot on the map and exert
Mm-hmm.
a lot of pressure when your mid has prio and you got that strong duo going. I'd say Xin Zhao TF probably a little bit better than Olaf Victor in my opinion, mostly just because of the Twisted Fate ultimate. He's
Yes.
going to be able to roam and impact the map a lot more, which I think is going to be crucial this game.
I agree. We're looking to see some gold cards coming in that mid lane onto that Victor really early on. Maybe get him behind, give that TF a little bit more room to roam. Wait, now
There
we're
goes
seeing
MF.
Yes,
There
seeing some
goes
80
MF.
carries off the table. Looks like Mizzou getting those supports off. Maybe we'll see another support ban. Maybe we'll remove another marksman. Be interested to see maybe a Kog'Maw or a Jinx here for Groovy. We know he likes to play those hyper carries. Jinx removed.
I would like to see a Kog'Maw and then something like a Leona or a Nautilus to follow up with support.
Mm-hmm.
If you got to get a little bit more of a front line here or something that can peel a little bit better to help him out, or he could just pick Ezreal and make me sound dumb. You know?
The Ezreal, I like it here. You know that they are looking to make the top side their strong side, so picking Ezreal as more of that weak side carry where he can kind of sit on his lonesome and then can move Moonglade up to the top side. I'm really liking it.
I am more certain that Trundle is a support
Yes.
the longer that is hovered. I wonder, they got to lock it, right?
Yeah.
Show me Trundle
Okay.
support.
Jax,
I'm
Jax.
excited.
Oh.
Oh.
No, okay, they don't go Yasuo.
Okay.
No way.
No,
All right.
they're teasing me.
So I won't sit on these hovers for very long. So Jax versus Graves is something we have seen at Worlds a lot.
Yes.
The games I've seen of it are Khan playing both sides and winning, so I actually don't know how this matchup's supposed to go.
I
I
mean,
think it's
it's-
supposed to be,
You know,
what,
if
Graves favorite? Jax favorite?
it's
I don't know.
Graves favored early, because if Jax can really sort of get going and get that late game split push and not get put too far behind Yumi.
Okay. So we did actually see the Yasuo
The
get locked
Yasuo,
in.
yeah.
It is a Yasuo
Yasuo
bot lane with a Trundle versus that
interesting.
Ezreal Yumi.
This
They
is a
are-
very interesting
I think we got a swap.
composition.
Moonglade and Groovy are swapping. I wonder if we'll see them swap back or if they are really swapping their roles up here.
League of Legends, man.
Yeah,
Every
League of
every
Legends.
day is an interesting battle.
Yes.
The Trundle Yasuo, though, I am excited to see it. You know,
Yes.
maybe we'll get some nice two-man pillar knockups. Be terrifying to see as a biased KU fan,
Yeah,
obviously,
yes.
but still fun to watch. But I'm really excited to see this strong mid jungle combo come in and play through topside here.
I feel like pre-6, we could see this Yasuo Trundle get beat up. And it looks like actually
Looks like they're going to
the
stick
bot
with the
and
swap.
AD carry will have swapped on the side of KU. Interesting.
Interesting.
But back to my other point, the Yasuo and Trundle will struggle a lot before 6, and then at level 6, that Pillar of Ice plus the Last Breath combo, they're just going to be locked in place. I think it's going to be very dangerous.
It's going to be
Ezreal really slippery,
difficult,
though.
yeah. It's a good thing they picked the Ezreal there, especially since bot side's going to be the weak side, kind of going to be left to their own devices pretty much. Kind of a terrifying prospect when they've got something. The Trundle knockup is pretty guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's hard to see it coming. It comes out so fast, so something interesting to look out for. I'm really interested to see how that goes.
All right. Well, that is it for now. We are going to take a small break while we wait for the game to load in, and we will see you then. And we are back. We are into game one here of KU versus Mizzou. Order showdown starting up. Real exciting.
Yeah, we've got an interesting one set up for us here. The bot lane volatility, the emphasis on top and mid put on by KU. As well as kind of the little bit BM picks coming out from Mizzou, it feels like almost.
Definitely going to be a risky thing watching this Yasuo Trundle lane. If we can get some advantages there early, I think they'll be kind of shut down and really hard to play. But of course, Yasuo does have that infamous 0-10 power spike that they can look for.
That's always on the table when you're playing Yasuo.
100%.
Even if you have one kill, that just means you need 11 deaths.
Yes.
It's all relative.
Just we're seeing just a typical
5 point
five
spread.
point. Nothing spicy, nothing real interesting going on here. Be interested to see if we get a little bit of a delayed invade or something.
Not entirely sure while directed camera starts working again.
Ooh.
Big red card. Big nice
red
poke.
Card. Blocked a little bit by the
invade.
shift from the Siphon Power. We are getting a little bit of a late invade here.
3-man.
Do they know?
3-on-3. Groovy is
They
dancing.
do know.
They just gonna concede this?
Looks like they are gonna have to give up. Oh, they're staying. They want to try and smite fight this.
Especially if
it's
Jay's coming down.
Yeah, the blue
Victor
buff
has given it up,
resets.
yeah.
Looks like maybe everybody will depart.
Or maybe they're gonna stay and dance.
This is really.
They're spreading out.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of tension.
I think this is really
beef.
really good for the side of KU, that the fact that doesn't end up working out for Mizzou, and Olaf has to retreat into his jungle and lose a little bit of tempo.
Starting Raptors,
Yes.
he's gonna be a little bit behind, especially in pace, which is gonna give some nice opportunities to play through that top side.
Really aggressive trading up here by this by Arrogant. Really surprised.
It's not really
to see
working
that.
out either.
Yeah.
He pops the corrupting pot and still seems to come out on the losing end of that trade. Bot lane, just Ezreal doing Ezreal things. Fun. Blue card. Okay, some more mana.
One thing I think is interesting that we've been kind of seeing more is the absence of like Doran's Blade on AD carries, opting for that longsword just to get into their item a little bit quicker.
Yeah, especially on scaling champions
Yes.
like the Ezreal, it's really huge. And I mean, you have to think it has to be. Oh, big pillar.
Ooh.
Yasuo is going to get the knock up on the Ezreal.
Ooh,
It's
this
going to be
is not
rough.
good.
Ignite comes out. The barrier as well. Flashes in and ease out. Wow.
First blood for Mizzou.
That was pretty smooth.
Disaster strikes. This double range bot lane, able to get that early push, get that level 2 against double range side of KU, and they just go all in with that pillar of ice. We are seeing a gank in the mid lane.
Gonna get Victor's flash out. Victor loses flash. Big there as well was the Ezreal barrier and flash.
Yes.
So on the side of summoners as well as the exhaust from the Yuumi, not looking too good.
They burnt all 4 summoners, and on the side of Mizzou, they still have that flash on that Trundle. That is going to be massive because he can pretty much just flash on him whenever he wants.
You know, that sort of goes down to Moonglade kind of positioned himself up on that top wall there on the crest, and it let the pillar get a lot of value. It was really hard for him to path around it.
Yep. We are seeing a double scuttle here for the side of KU. This is off the back of that failed invade from Mizzou, where Olaf kind of loses a lot of tempo, and it allows Xin Zhao to get both of these crabs for himself. That is one plus side of these early couple minutes.
Yeah. You know, we do have something to keep our spirits up. The gold difference isn't anything too crazy, really just the 400 from that one kill, but hopefully it doesn't spiral out of control. Got to see how KU responds here in the bot lane, especially.
Now that Ezreal has hit level 2, and he, I'm assuming, has leveled his Arcane Shift, I think he has a lot more safety.
Yes. Ooh, apologies. Nice trade here going on.
Ooh, gets tagged by that end of the line.
Yeah.
Really, really strong trading
Going
here.
in.
Ooh, the Counter-Strike.
Olaf is here as well. Big flash. He's going to live to fight another day.
Looks like we need to see a little bit of something from this Xin Zhao to come and help out one of the lanes. Graves losing it out on that push. Bot lane kind of dropping as well.
You'd like to see a little bit more pressure, especially from him. Being into this many melee champs, he's not going to get as much value out of his ultimate this game.
Ooh, and here he is.
You'd like to see some early impact. Jukes out the Counter-Strike.
That knock up, the wind becomes lightning.
Nice. And that's going to be the flash. Olaf is still there. They can look to bully him down a little bit.
Chase this.
Still going. Nice kill with the end of the line there.
Trading back.
TF is roaming up as well. The flash, gold card, gets dodged.
Ooh,
and the
great
big
kill with the wild cards.
Ooh,
Victor really not able to do much
did
there
not
with,
get to
with
roam
that
in
gravity
time.
field, just because it's a little bit harder for him to make these roam plays before he has any of those augments from his passive.
Absolutely. And that's something that we really wanted to see there. That was a little bit of life coming out from KU. They're playing what they wanted through that top and mid. Gives us a little bit more promise here. And now the gold lead in KU's favor, 700. You're looking at
Yes.
It's still very tight.
So something we need to keep our eye on. This Twisted Fate is level 5. I assume he's halfway to level 6. That's usually around the time when you want to take your recall as a mid laner. He's coming back
With a Dark Seal looking to
full
snowball.
mana. He can take that one wave and look to make a play if this bot lane stick around a little bit too long.
Yeah. I'd love to see it go bot lane. I know we've been talking about playing through top side this whole time, but I mean, with Jax being shoved under, he has a death. Graves is going to be pushing in pretty hard. Your only real potential there is to use it as a counter engage tool if the jungler shows up. So I'd like to see it use bot, help them out a little bit. And Spock seems to have the same idea.
They do have the timer a little bit off. They don't
It's
have
going
that
to turn
destiny,
into a
but they're
4v4.
going in.
TP coming in.
Trundle just
Moonblade
gets
big
melted.
kill. Yeah, he just disappeared. Olaf
Gold
gets
card.
gold carded. He's going to go down with the flash as well.
The prediction of
End
the
of the line.
flash.
And that is... I'm very happy right now. I am very pleased with how that play went.
A 3-4-0 play for the side of Kansas, and it looks like they are heading over to that Mountain Dragon. Get their reward.
Absolutely lovely execution there. You know, Mizzou thought they had it as a 4v3, and then it turns into a 4v4. They could still take that fight. But that TP coming in from Sapachi, absolutely huge.
Yes.
Really turned the tide of the fight. I'd say it's worth the plate that you give up here.
Yes, especially with that Graves picking up another kill.
Getting that Mountain Drake, going to help everybody out, especially the Ezreal. Just the natural stats getting a little bit beefier is going to be nice, even if not that impactful.
The gold will kind of even out for the Jax, getting those 2 plates. That is equal to a little bit more than a kill.
Jays with 6.
But you saw as that wave to pick up, so I think it's going to all even out and be fine. But
This is where...
Notably, the Twisted Fate did not have to use Destiny to make that play bot lane, meaning that he can look somewhere else.
And he has 2 stacks on that Darksteel. He's already starting to get it rolling.
Oh, yeah.
That was really big for him, especially now. He's going to have a little bit more AP when he goes into that lane with Destiny. A little bit of a trade going on up top here. Nothing too crazy.
Jays is still feigning that roam. Really wants to go somewhere. Kind of hard to go into either of these side lanes, now that I'm thinking about it, more with the Counter-Strike from the Jax and the Wind Wall from the Yasuo. But if they can bait out one of those tools and then get their roam off.
Definitely a lot of potential there. Just
Yes.
going to rely on a little bit more team coordination maybe than is typical for a TFR, especially in like solo queue. You just press the button and it just works.
I think we're going to see KU go into this Rift Herald right now. They have rotated the Yuumi up on the Xin Zhao, going to it.
Moonglade's just going to back off. Smart choice. Kind of forced to do that, but... Ooh, they have 3 down there. Yeah, they're just going to...
They're probably going to try
to
force down this bot lane tower, try to trade some of those plates for the Yasuo, for that Rift Herald.
I'm not sure they get the tower here. I don't think
I don't think they'll be able to get the full turret, especially with that Yuumi coming back down. But they'll get at least 3 plates, maybe a 4th one.
A lot of money going into this bot lane here right now, which is kind of what we expected a little bit at the start here. So we'll see how it goes, see how they react.
Oh, they're
TP
teleporting.
coming in. This is going to be Jays.
Ooh, have Mizzou overstayed.
Jays comes in. He's got the gold card. The Yumi's on him.
You do still have that Wind Wall.
Baits out the wind wall. Beautiful work. And then they might be overstaying a little bit here. Olaf shows up with the undertow. He's going to pick it up. Yasuo flashes in.
Misses on that gold card. The play does turn south.
Groovy can't quite reattach yet. KU's looking to make a play on the other side with the Herald here. Let's see if they execute this dive. Not quite enough damage there.
What is going on here?
This is a little bit of a fiesta.
So many low health bars.
Jax is going to go in with that Counter-Strike big ultimate to push him away from Xin Zhao.
Surely he dies here, right? Yeah. Oh,
a little bit of a swag flash.
The Graves lives. Okay.
That was a little bit.
So on the end of that ends up being a 1-for-2 across the whole map with the Ezreal and the Twisted Fate going down. Somehow the Yuumi gets out there. I thought for sure that he was super doomed.
Even the directed camera gave up on the Yuumi.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Graves getting a 3rd kill. This champion is very strong once he gets his items.
And
it's so much damage.
Kind of looking doomed for Jax in my opinion here.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jax doesn't win this matchup or loses this hard this early, it's going to be a real struggle for him to find a way to add value later into the game, and that's kind of what the Jax pick is for. So It's looking pretty promising for KU here, even though they don't get first tower, sadly, barely. But they are still making moves on the map, applying pressure. And Moonglade gonna have to arcane shift out of there. Now they're gonna leash the Gromp.
Victor is starting to get a little bit strong.
Graves is there.
Ooh.
Over the Roam. Also coming from the Trundle and the Victor. Just gonna pillar away, not looking to take that fight.
I think they had an opportunity to bait that Graves into a bad place, but they decided to just disengage with the Trundle pillar. I can see both ways going either way. There it is. That Victor has his first, at least his first augment onto that Death Ray. He can now clear the wave so much quicker. He's
kind of a real champion now, which is
doubles
nice.
his damage.
Yes,
doubles the damage on that death laser.
Let's see. We still haven't seen really any plays with Destiny here from Jays yet. And that's kind of a big part of KU's game plan is they want to apply a lot of pressure with that. And it's kind of, sure, the threat does apply some pressure, but if it's going to keep being an empty threat, they're probably just going to disregard it.
They have been able to get, fortunately, some things off without the Destiny, but we do want to see them use that. I think it will kind of get saved for the next 25 seconds with that Infernal Dragon coming up. Maybe give him an opportunity to get a little bit of a better position in that fight, but that's what we're looking to. I think both teams want this dragon.
Yes, it's going to be a big one, especially because game's kind of still in flux here. Plays have been going both ways, and I mean, this is a big objective to fight for. Again, KU getting onto second Drake and it being an Infernal would definitely benefit, especially the Graves, and that's going to be huge. Jays going to get stunned up here. Flash out from the Victor. Undertow whiffs from the Olaf, and KU is going to look to position down towards the Drake here. Started up. A ward comes over the wall.
Ezreal's not with
cut
the team.
off, yeah. They're going to clear some vision. KU is going to back up and stall a little bit. Jax is on the lower side. KU is getting pinched here a little bit. Big Destiny for some vision.
Oh, they do now.
Windwall comes out.
Ooh, they do not
Yumi
get the last
ultimate
breath on that.
Jays is getting dove by the Jax with a counter strike. Olaf is coming in.
1 for 1 so far.
1 for 1 so far. It's still up in the air. Oh, the Yasuo tornado comes in huge for the side of Mizzou.
Oh, but Graves is
Yumi
huge.
is keeping him alive. Graves, what can he do? It's all on Moonglade now. Let's see what he's got.
Okay, the
Takes
dragon
one
with
down,
the assist.
takes one down. Dragon, helping hand. Take what you get, and it looks like they're both going to back off away from the Drake as it resets. That was intense.
That was a 4v4,
That was a 4v4.
The Trundle died, right? I can't remember. Yeah, 4v4 on the end. Graves is 5-1. Unfortunately, does go down in that fight, but you can see how much damage he really is putting out.
He was pumping it out there, especially right at the end. I mean, that's probably the only reason it's an even trade there. If he's not doing what he was doing, it's kind of doomed. And he does TP down to the bot side. We're also going to get a counter TP here from Jax.
They still want the dragon.
The dragon, this is just going to be a longer dragon fight. Let's see how this goes. They don't have smite there yet. Looks like they're going to try to rush it. Dragon goes over to KU. Undertow comes over the wall from the Olaf. Gold carded, though. Graves is in a bit of a tough spot.
Does not have that shield bow up.
And it does appear as though KU gives 2 for the dragon. Not entirely sure how worth that is because they're also going to lose a lot of presence on this bot side here.
You have to feel like that was maybe not so worth it.
Maybe
just one dragon.
A bit much of an overcommit there, I'd say. Jay's looking to be a little bit of a hooligan here.
Oh, but they're looking to get a little bit more? Maybe not.
It's a good poke.
All
Don't
right.
quite get the Gromp, sadly, since Olaf had smite, since he was not there for the dragon.
Mid tower will go down here.
Yep.
A little bit more off of that play. Turret scored just 1 in favor of Mizzou. Speaking of being in favor, that gold lead is a little bit over 2,000 in the advantage of Mizzou.
Yeah.
Still
I
only
liked
14 minutes
Mizzou's response to the play, though. They lose the dragon, but they certainly gain a lot there. They gain a lot of presence on that bot side. They set up a little bit of vision as well.
Yes.
And then getting that mid tower as well is a great way to respond.
And that Jax got a double kill in that fight. He got both of the kills. He got that 150 gold shutdown onto the Graves.
He's looking a little bit better now.
He has been put back into the game.
Yes, he's been undoomed, as it would be.
Yes. Actually looks like he is now ahead in buy over the Graves. Those the CS numbers pretty much the same. Looks like with money from shutdowns and kills.
I'd say it's pretty even.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's huge. Getting Jax back in the game for Mizzou is definitely very important because it's going to allow them to actually have someone to respond to the Graves and have someone that needs to get responded to here, as though Pachi is going to take a little bit of a trade, pushing under this tower.
Does he be a little bit careful? He doesn't have any vision. He is down that one level, taking a lot of
Counter-strike
damage
comes
here.
in, the shield bow gets procced, he flashes away, TP coming in from Jays.
It's like everybody will just go ahead and back off. Getting that TP out is very, very big. Now they can take that Rift Herald pretty much uncontested. But it looks like the spot turret will end up going down. They're
going to keep pursuing this. Counter-strike stuns him up. They're just going to go for the tower. Good pressure there being exerted. However, the mid lane is getting shoved in pretty hard here. I'd say with Destiny up, now would be a time to do it.
And that wind wall getting used. There's the
Here we
Twisted
are.
Fate.
Let's see how this goes. Yasuo gets stunned up. Immortal Shield Bow procs. Jay is going to go in with the stopwatch with the Yuumi still on him. Flashes out.
Okay.
Falls to the Ignite. Does not get to get his ultimate off. And Trundle is also going to fall to the Graves.
Yes.
Who comes in on that long rotate.
You do hate to see Jays going down there, but getting 2 for 1 is definitely good on that overstep from Mizzou. It looks like they maybe don't know that Olaf is there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to smite this away. Oh, now they know he's
Now they
here.
know. And they smite it away. Yeah. That is a little bit unfortunate. You hate to see it.
Yeah, not really the biggest deal.
It's the end of the world. They got the red buff.
Here,
The game's doomed.
Okay, so we are seeing a 1-level lead for both Jax and Victor over their lane counterparts, which is meaningful at this stage because it does put that second point in their ultimate.
They're going to get it sooner, and here Victor already has it.
Yes.
They're going to be huge as well as Jax. That's why you said it. Wow.
But I think it's not really going to matter a whole lot since the timing of that dragon is 1.5 minutes. That should be more than enough time to get those solo laners that extra point in their ultimate. More important for the Graves here because that Destiny is still on cooldown.
Absolutely. And I don't know. This dragon is going to be, I'd say, a game-determining fight here. It's going to come down to this pretty much. Game's still in flux. You know, Mizzou's got a little bit of life back in him after what happened. But getting on to Soul Point for KU would be huge.
Yes.
As well as kind of cement their lead a little bit, which has been falling away from them in the past couple minutes here. They're down still around 2,600 gold.
Yeah.
I'm good at math. Wow.
So
love to see them pull it back.
It is going to be that Ocean Soul,
Yes.
which I think we have been seeing that drop in value a little bit with how bursty fights have been in League in general, but with all of these really high health targets on the side of Mizzou, it could be pretty good here.
And with all these gourd drinkers as well, it's going to be fun. All right, the ultimates are coming out. A lot is getting popped there. Graves does a lot of damage. Gold card's still on Jays. It's going to chunk out 2 members, so KU is going to get a nice little inside footing here. It's very nice to see Olaf getting chunked out there.
And those are 2 members that you can actually reliably chunk out because they don't have a way to get back to base and get back to this dragon in time. The jungle and support, definitely really key members.
Olaf is absolutely stuck here. He cannot reset or else it's a concede. And let's see how this plays out here. I mean, you're not going to be able to outpoke KU here at all with a Yuumi Ezreal. Windwall comes out pretty early there. I don't know if I like that. Undertow trying to counter poke.
Definitely just looking for a 50-50 here, hoping to just sneak that Olaf in. Of course, he doesn't have that Ragnarok up, so he can just kind of be stunned and stuck there.
Ooh, I think KU needs to go for a fight here. Destiny gets popped, so they have vision on everyone. Counter-strike goes down. They're very clumped up here. Pillar comes in. Victor ultimate. Get over the wall. Mizzou manages to steal at Olaf's life's cost.
What else can they get off of this?
Twisted Fate coming around the outside with Jace here. Big flash Counter-strike from Jax. Spix-Pack spot going in there. Gonna get stunned up and chunked out. Jax jumps over the wall, gets gold carded. Victor pokes. The Trundle Pillar comes in. Exhausted after the ultimate. He's going to go down after getting stunned up by another gold card. Counter-strike is huge there. Going to take down Jays. And Jax falls. 3 for 3.
3 for 3, but
the
barely.
Dragon, and the dragon going over to Mizzou. This game is going to come down to the next dragon fight, I think. I changed my mind.
This game is real, has me kind of on the edge of my seat.
Yeah,
these fights are going so even.
It's exciting to watch. The fights are definitely getting a little bit drawn out.
Yes.
More so it feels like the game goes on. And in all honesty, I think that is going to be better for KU a little bit here with that a lot of poke opportunity coming in from Ezreal Yuumi.
Yes.
Saw that especially right at the start of the fight with the Xin Zhao going in and the Yuumi ultimate. Really chunked out 2 members and sort of allowed that play to happen. Would have liked to see an engage from KU a little bit earlier in order to pressure them off the Drake instead of going for a coin flip and losing. But
yeah,
not the
I
end of the
think
world.
I think the next fight they will learn from that and kind
Pause
of
the
move it
game
up.
probably.
Oh, it looks like we have a little bit of a pause, but so we can take this opportunity to kind of break down what's happening. So some really key things. Jax is starting to get kind of out of control. You saw him jump into that. He's jumping over the wall in kind of like a 1v3 situation, getting a kill, really close to getting another.
A huge flash counter-strike in the pit to get 2 members locked down. That really helped cement that being a 3v3.
And he is only going to get stronger as this game goes on. Very, very hard scaling side laner, very hard scaling champion, and we are back into the game.
However,
it does freeze a
little
bit. It will
like...
unfreeze here hopefully very shortly. But again, on that Jax point, he hasn't even completed his Divine Sunder yet. Once he has completed that, he's going to be
huge,
pretty unstoppable. And as he even puts more levels into that, they max the
Q,
W first.
It's W and then Q now because the Q cooldown is I think I haven't played Jax in a while. I know in jungle you max W on it.
Yeah.
And thankfully Klein has started working again.
All of his abilities are good level ups.
Yes.
As he gets everything. Oh, and we have another pause.
Ooh,
everything is going as planned. Everything is fine. There are no problems.
Big news here, though. Ezreal, you can see 342 on that mana immune. He almost has that mana here, which is going to be a nice power spike to sort of respond to Yasuo almost being at his infinity edge, which...
I think he might be going for Bloodthirster with that bonus longsword, actually.
Oh, he could. That would definitely help respond to the length of these fights in the poke from KU, which I think is kind of going to be huge here.
Jay's
getting caught out. Undertow and the pillar. Looking to respond. Throws the wild cards. Oh, the game client freezes again.
It didn't freeze directly after the pause, so it had to get something happen.
We're going to come back, and it's going to be like 18 to 20.
Yeah, well...
Everybody died.
Well, it's... Oh, here we go.
There we go. Big trade here down on the bot side from Sapachi. He's getting clapped up a little bit. Gonna ultimate and flash out.
Does fall down in that 1v1 versus that Jax. Again, he is getting very strong, very hard shaping to deal with for this Graves with that counter-strike, blocking.
That is a very problematic thing to see for KU because now they get to pressure this Baron and keep KU occupied. If I were Jax, I would keep pushing right now.
Although, I mean, this is
go in on the Victor, the Yuumi ultimate.
They get the TP out of the Jax.
Ragnarok comes through. A lot of them are chunked up. He's still going in. The rest of the team getting TP'd on by the Jax. That's why there's a lack of follow-up. And KU is going to get aced. And certainly that means they're going to lose the Baron here. The game not looking too hot.
Disaster strikes is all I can say about that. It was looking good. They had a lot of low health bars, but without that final chapter from the Yuumi when that Xin Zhao goes back in, there's not really a whole lot he can do to kind of take care of that himself.
Especially when he gets cut off from the rest of the team because Jax TP's in from behind. That was a really big TP from the Jax.
I think maybe you can leverage the 4v5 to get the TP out, and I think KU should have tried to get out rather than to keep fighting.
You know, it kind of comes back to Spixback Spock. You know, we've been seeing Porcelain a lot. Maybe the communication isn't quite as much established as it was previously. Because, I mean, if you hear that TP call out, you kind of got to back out there.
Yeah.
But I like the aggression. KU's still showing, they're still fighting.
I think I would have done it. I think I would have done the same.
I would, of course. I would have done the same thing. But
seeing red, seeing all those low health bars, you just have to.
With the gourd drinker up.
Yes.
You got to do it.
Ooh. Notably. Oh, but we do have a little bit of a fight down
That pillar is going to allow for the counter-strike to stun. 3 people are here. Undertow's not going to do too much.
Graves falls again. That is his 5th death on the game.
And now Jax has just immense side push pressure. I'd almost like to see it be a 1-4 here with just Jax down here. He can get a lot of pressure on that mid inhib tower.
It's so hard for KU to really make any plays with the Destiny on the Jax because at this point he can probably just kill both of them.
Yeah, you're almost just spoon-feeding him another kill at this rate.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the downside here. If the Destiny isn't really useful, KU doesn't have much map pressure. Makes it a lot harder, especially in circumstances like this where they're getting sieged at both towers by Baron-empowered minions.
Yep. One thing I wanted to bring up is that rapid fire cannon on the Twisted Fate. Those long range gold cards can be really, really useful. Of course, the usage of it is a little bit harder to get when it's so hard to really make that play onto anybody.
I mean, at this point, if you gold card somebody, it's almost like they've got an entire goon squad waiting around them.
Yeah.
You know, the engage is going to be really hard, and if they go for the engage, the fight probably just doesn't go in KU's favor here. It's going to be really tough for them to get their foot back in the door for this game, especially having to concede this second Ocean Drake here.
So the fortunate thing for them, despite being down almost 8,000, about
that's
8,
a lot. That's a lot
7,000 gold basically. Despite being down that much, Jax really wants to sit in the side lane, and now that he doesn't have TP, KU can try to look for a numbers play.
Yeah.
Maybe the 4v4 goes differently than the 5v5, or they look for a 5v5 or 5v4. Sorry, with that numbers advantage and the jump with that Destiny. But that Jax TP will be up here in a couple minutes, and if we really want to see them.
You
got to
look to make a play before that comes up. 4 people here are posturing bot. Does Jays know?
They don't have much revision in that bottom side jungle. It's really hard to move it in when you know they're trying to seize down this bottom turret. That 1-4 you were just talking about. Looks like
coming
they're
out now. I do like the decision to 1-4 here from Mizzou. Because again, you have to send 2 people to respond to Jax.
Yeah, and it looks like they will try to make the play on.
Okay.
Never mind.
Just a little. Oh, let me squeeze past you there, coming through.
Looks like the Xin Zhao was sitting there more to make sure that Ezreal doesn't die, not to kill the Jax.
It was babysitting rather than
that
fight
is a
club,
raid
you know?
boss.
That is a raid
Jax
boss.
is 100% a raid boss. Very very hard. Probably need at least 3 people.
I'd say at least 3. Undertow coming in. Big juke from Jay's. Going to gold card up and flash out to get away from the victor. A little bit of a counter gauge potential here. Destiny coming out
this
from
is
Jay's.
that numbers play that we're talking about.
The Lost Chapter coming in. The big ultimate Trundle is going to look to just get in there and bruise. Jay's has to back out. This does not look to go as well as initially thought. No trade kill coming in. Yumi comes down. A little bit unfortunate there. Jay's does go down there to the victor.
And the Flash, Mortal Steel, Tornado does take out the Graves. That is a 4-for-0 play, and it looks like, despite their Baron buff having run out, it looks like they will try to end the game here and take game 1 of this series.
Best of 3 series. There was a lot of promising stuff there from KU. However, it kind of feels like fell apart a little bit near the mid game. Stopped playing to the style that they wanted to and seemed to lose a little bit of focus.
Yes.
And kind of makes it hard to win. So I'd love to see how they respond. Maybe see some things change up.
Yes.
Try to prioritize bot lane maybe instead. See what can happen.
So game 1 does go to Mizzou. Says victory, but it's not a victory.
It's not a victory in our book.
Yeah, I think they had a good plan with the Twist of Fate plus the Graves. Like, it's a really good plan to go in with that to try and snowball that lane. But Mizzou had a really good response in the draft with the Jax and Yasuo, where it's like, well, now you can't really go on either of our side lanes. So I kind of takes that plan away.
KU did a really good job executing on that top side, especially early on into the game. It just kind of was unfortunate that the Jax was able to be so impactful with TPs. And being able to find a way to claw his way back into the game was sort of when fell out of control for KU.
Yeah.
So maybe looking to rein that in, try to keep a little bit more focus on it for longer through the game would be a good plan going forward here.
Yep, I agree. All right, we are going to take a little bit of a break while we wait for the second game to get going. Stick around, and yeah, we'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright, we're in. And welcome back. We are in for draft of game 2. The teams have swapped sides. We do have KU on that blue side and Mizzou onto that red side. Curious to see what we'll see change.
I'd like to see what KU prioritizes here with this first pick. Who do they want to play the game through? Again, is it going to be that top lane again, which worked out early, but maybe not throughout the rest of the game, or do they change it up, maybe go bot or mid with it? There's a lot of potential here to see some things change up.
I feel like we maybe won't see some of the things that Mizzou succeeded with banned this time around, because I think it was a very specific comp counter pick with the Jackson the Yasuo kind of denying that Twisted Fate. But we will see the Trundle ban. It is pretty good because you can go into multiple places, so I like to see it.
I do like to see that as well, especially does it kind of maybe gives us a little bit of insight into who Porcelain might be considering here. Because I don't know if Trundle's support was necessarily the problem, but maybe Porcelain has something up his sleeve and he's looking to not let that happen.
Definitely curious if we'll see the Kindred or the Talia, which we have seen him on stream pop off on.
Both of those are really fun to watch.
Yumi removed from the table.
No B1.
Definitely glad to see that. I hate Yumi. Yumi is so stupid.
Boring character.
Yes.
Play it with your feet. Guy who got to plat with it. Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see what this third band's gonna be here from KU.
Ooh, one thing I meant to bring up in the game 1 draft is that Vex, I'm pretty sure, is enabled now.
Yes.
I think she's pretty strong. I'd be curious to see if we do see her. We do see the Olaf ban. The fact that she did fall all the way through game 1 makes me think we probably will not see her, but a man can dream.
I would like to see it as well. I think Vex is an exciting character to watch.
And again, that Akshan is removed from the table. I think it's going to continue to happen. He is just so strong. Those 80 mid laners are really strong, and he is one of those. And Jace is very proficient on him.
Yeah, they hate to see our man Jace thrive.
Yep.
And it's honestly despicable that they would do something like that.
Yep.
Let's see who KU prioritizes here with the first pick. Misfortune?
I like it.
I like it.
Misfortune is very, very strong. Probably one of the best AD carries in the meta right now.
Absolutely.
Definitely am curious to see if it will be groovy on that, or if they will try to flex it again onto Moonglade. Definitely interested to see how that shakes out.
I like to see a little bit more priority being placed on bot side here as well. Maybe since there weren't any AD bans there, you definitely had potential for Groovy to get something he wanted and to be able to have a little bit more agency than he did last game.
And going back to the Yasuo, which is interesting. I wonder if it will be a Yasuo bot, or if they'll probably keep a flex around to see if they can move it somewhere else.
I'd assume they keep it as a flex because I feel like Misfortune early does a lot better than Ezreal early into the Yasuo.
Yes.
I don't think that's something you want to take down there.
But Yasuo as like a whole comp counter pick is really good. They do like in that Gragas. That could be Yasuo Gragas bot lane duo or Yasuo Gragas mid lane jungle 2v2. There's really it can really go anywhere.
You know, last draft they answered our questions.
Yes.
And this draft we're getting left with a whole bunch from the side of Mizzou.
Yes. The Yasuo Gragas is very scary at level 6. Again, Yasuo just very, very strong at level 6.
2 knockups from Gragas.
Yep.
Ugh.
Response here from KU will be
dodging.
Gnar
top.
I wonder if it looks like we will see a dodge. Okay. Hey. That was the automatic pick. When the timer runs out, the game will automatically pick a champion.
It's Xin Zhao. Okay. By the looks of it, it is going to be a Xin Zhao jungle pick there.
Yes. I think we are going to get back into it really quickly here. I don't think we're going to need to wait super long on this. Yep.
Right back into it.
So the draft is going to be remade the same exact way. Nothing's going to change up until that point where instead of seeing Gnar get locked in, we will see Xin Zhao get locked in. And so they have the Misfortune plus the Xin Zhao. Curious what they lock in on that third pick.
Again, you want to see another powerful mid lane pick here because that mid jungle is very important, especially right now in the meta. And I'd be really intrigued to see what Jace decides to do here.
I want to see a Mumu. I'm an Mumu advocate. Mumu has been getting his face shoved into the dirt by the school bully at the World Championship, but he's still a very strong support. Did get nerfed on the most recent patch, I believe. That Q mana cost going up a lot, but that ultimate combined with the Misfortune ultimate is still very, very strong. combination, so I'd be curious if we do see it, and we have seen Moonglade play it before.
Yeah. And it does have a fun name, that Curse of the Sad Bullet
Yes,
Time. That is one of my favorite ultimate combo names in the entire game.
Would be a treat to get to see that one.
Yes.
But we will just have to wait and see. Hopefully they kind of speed run this so we can get back into the action.
I don't know if speedrunning draft is Mizzou's style based off of the sample size so far.
Once again, we will have this Yasuo-Gragas combination. Can really go anywhere. Yasuo can go into any of the 3 lanes, and the Gragas can go to support him.
And there's the proper pick comes out.
Yes. And what is here? What is this third pick?
The mummy.
Let's see the mummy.
Show me the mummy.
He just wants some friends. That's all he wants.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Oh. That is not the mummy.
Soraka. Oh.
I like that more than the Soraka.
They're going to pick it.
Oh,
there he is. There's the mummy. There is that Amumu that we were talking about. Amumu support, very strong with that Misfortune. The combination of their ultimates, Amumu just locking down people in a big area with that Misfortune AoE right over the top. Very, very strong.
You know, great team fight. Great team fight potential here so far from KU. They're pulling out the Rel. Looks like Gragas is going to be heading into the jungle here.
Yes, and that will probably quell the Yasuo as a bot laner. We'll probably see it more likely to see it in that mid lane.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see it mid. There goes the Vex.
There is Vexman, actually. I'm glad I brought that up because it's interesting that we see her get removed.
You know, Jace is notorious for his Vex gameplay, so I don't blame him, you know.
Vex is very good versus these melee champions. And actually, that Vex ban really makes me think this is for sure Yasuo mid lane. It's very hard for him to play versus Vex.
Yeah.
If he tries to go in, she can just press her W, that personal space, to get that fear off.
I also think Vex would have added a lot to the team fighting here of KU.
Yes.
A lot of group crowd control, which would have been terrifying to see from Mizzou's side.
Really good takeaway there.
Yeah.
I think
smart ban.
I would have liked to see it, but you know what?
I mean,
understanding or seeing them ban it definitely makes me understand it.
They're gonna ban Twisted Fate here. I don't know if I like that ban.
I don't think I mean, I could be wrong here, but I don't think they necessarily need to do that. I don't think we would have seen KU go back to that TF, especially with the Yasuo present. Although with the Yasuo as a mid laner, you can see him maybe go back up into that top lane. They do remove the Jax.
They do take the Jax away.
Definitely. I'm not sure how 100% needed it is, but I do like it. I think it's it worked for them. We don't need them to have it again.
Oh,
there's no way.
Do it.
There's not a chance.
Oh, make my day, Twilly.
Oh, boring Victor. Boring Victor.
Well, instead of getting a nice 5-star restaurant meal, we're getting a bologna sandwich in the mid lane from Mizzou.
Polar will be going back to that Victor that we saw him on in game 1. This moves Yasuo maybe not so much in the...
Yeah.
Maybe he can go back to that bot lane or in that top lane. Really, really a flexible champion. We keep talking about it, but it's just true.
Especially when you're picking it right away, you're sort of saying, we dare you to leave something up that this is going to be good into. Camille locked in.
Camille, a good blind pick, especially with the Jax taken off the table and the Fiora taken off. Those are two matchups that people really like to take into that Camille.
Ooh.
LeBlanc is a very strong champion here. I really like it.
I like it.
I like the potential here. This mid jungle 2v2 with the Xin Zhao LeBlanc, that is a very strong combination.
Absolutely here. I am excited to see it, and that is going to be Silas. Well, maybe not Silas top, but the top. So Yasuo is going to be heading back to the bot lane.
Yeah, it looks to be that way.
Set.
I think
Set would probably be the best pick because then you can slam that mummy back into the team whenever he steps up. I think that's what you got to go here.
If that Amumu is not able to chain his CC or he misses or he hits somebody other than the Set, he can kind of just chuck him straight back into the other side of the team. Really interesting that we're seeing 4 melee champions again, but this time KU really have the tools to stop them with that Misfortune ultimate. She really wants people to come into her. That Amumu, Krista said mummy, really, really, really good, and Camille is just a monster in the side lane. I really like this draft here. Notably, we are seeing Groovy and Moonglade swap roles again. It will be Moonglade piloting that Misfortune.
I mean, I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of potential there. It's just, I've seen Moonglade play the Amumu more, and I'd kind of like to see him on it again. There was a lot of promise there when he was playing it, even if it didn't fully work out every single time. But
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how the play style sort of varies between the two, seeing this champion.
Yes, I agree. And with that, we are going to take another short break while we wait for the game to load in. So we will see you here in a couple more minutes. And welcome back for Game 2 of the League of Legends Border Showdown between Kansas and Missouri. Game 1 did not go in our favor, hoping that Game 2 will go differently.
I don't know. I think it's going to shape up to be a lot more of an exciting game to watch, especially from the KU perspective here. Got some more high-risk, high-flashy play sort of champions in the LeBlanc and the Camille and then the ult combo bot. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Again, we are seeing this standard 5-point. Last game, we did see that little bit of a delayed invade that went a little bit south for the side of Mizzou. Maybe we'll see something like that again, but I'm kind of doubting it because of the position of the Gragas here.
Yeah.
Although he he can come back from his recall, walk straight down there. Rel level 1 is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But that Amumu with those 2 bandage tosses.
2 bandage tosses kind of shuts down anything coming in.
Yes.
Definitely would be a little bit tough.
I don't think we're going to be seeing the invade, especially with the Gragas running back topside to start that red buff.
Going to be mirroring each other with the starts. So they're both going to be looking towards that bot side once they're done clearing potentially. Maybe a fight at Crab early would be fun to watch.
That would definitely go in the favor of the Xin Zhao, this Gragas.
Yeah.
It's more of like a setup character, and the Xin Zhao is definitely that duelist.
It's a good thing they picked the Rel because Gragas really suffers when he does not have follow-up engage to go with him. But the only follow-up engage being the Rel does leave a little bit of worry in my mind here as a little trade's going down. Bandage toss here, bot lane. Second bandage toss there from Groovy.
And it looks like they'll get out just fine, and I actually like that trade down there.
Yeah.
Committing both the bandage tosses, he won't have both of them up for another 30-ish seconds.
Trading here, top.
Ooh, the Camille has the ignite here. I'm not sure you want this.
Set flashes in, gets the stun, and the first blood goes down.
That face breaker timer coming back up wasn't being tracked by the Camille. Little bit of a hard thing. Such a long cooldown. It finally coming back up right at the end there, and the absence of flash for Camille really spelling disaster there.
Yeah, it's one of those cooldowns, especially early on, where it's just long enough to where you kind of forget about it.
Maybe he's overstaying right now, though. He does have that haymaker to block the second charge of that, but...
Oof. I don't know. It's not exactly what you want to see early on, but there's definitely still life. Camille is going to scale a lot better, in my opinion, in this game.
And that 1v1 goes way differently if Camille, or when Camille has more than just her tactical sweep.
Yes, also a very fair input there.
Yeah.
And some positive trades going on for KU in the mid lane here. Pretty much what you'd expect. LeBlanc bullying this Victor early pretty well.
Ooh, pretty big wave stacking up here bot lane. Curious to see if that ends up for a gank. Xin Zhao getting to that crab first. I definitely think he will get to secure that.
It's not much priority really for either. It's slightly in the favor of KU here, so I doubt Gragas shows up to that crab, and it looks like Xin Zhao is going to secure it.
He's already got that move onto the second crab, maybe. Yep, going to be going for that double crab. Got the Camille roaming down for it. Really good play here, getting both crabs, or both of the first crab spawns in both of these games.
Exerting that early pressure that you get from Xin Zhao is what you need to do, and capitalizing on it with a double crab. It's definitely going to be big. Bot side here, though, going to have to play a little bit careful. Gragas coming through.
Yes.
Not on vision. Going to come through Tribush by the looks of it. Rel.
They can sniff that out pretty easily. That Rel positioning really aggressively.
Yeah. Definitely not hiding her cards very well.
Ooh, Amumu's just going to face check him, though.
Alright. There's trades going on mid lane. I'd like to watch bot, though.
So fortunately here, that attract repel from the Rel, it does put it on a cooldown even when you're just marking somebody, so you can't instantly mark somebody and get an instant stun from it, saving the Amumu there from maybe not death, but maybe some more
Definitely,
damage.
he would have gotten chunked out of lane at the least for sure. Gragas, though, positioned on the Krugs, has potential to get collapsed on here since Xin Zhao is coming down to it.
Ooh, yeah, he's really overstaying here.
Yes, he's going to body slam over the wall by the looks of it and get out for free. Trading up here top. Big in from Camille, the face breaker. Actually, not exactly getting too much value in that trade.
Yeah, actually not too bad of a trade there from Sopachi. I think it's a really good thing to take, but...
Gank coming in here from the Gragas. Body slam is going to miss. The attract repel is on the Gragas. When will the stun come out? Wisely holds on to the W and gets out for free.
Excellent use of the distortion there to get out of the engage. I was worried he was going to have to use his flash to escape that crash down from Rel, but...
Conserving sums was really good there.
Yes, but that distortion coming back off of cooldown, definitely right in time.
It'll be interesting to see. It looks like Rel is coming back, but Xin Zhao is positioned in a manner to be able to make some sort of counterplay here.
Ooh.
Unless he starts pathing away,
he doesn't know.
Vision.
If LeBlanc uses that distortion, ooh.
Rel shows just at like perfectly the wrong time.
Yes, I think we may have seen Jace go in with that distortion there if Rel does not walk into the lane. Fortunately for the side of KU, that does not happen. Rel's just going to help shove out this wave, and Victor's going to look to take his base.
A Moo coming in on these two here, though. See the bandage toss, maybe some aggression. Not going to come through. Xin Zhao, though, on the dragon. Bandage toss lands onto the Rel.
Rel fails to crash over the wall.
Oh, she's walking slow. Second bandage toss. This is going to be doomed for the Rel. She flashes out of there. Blast code. Give me some aggression, Moonblade.
Oh no, the exhaust.
Rel lives, does not get the remount off. Heal comes out, ignited. Big bandage toss there, and it's going to be a 2-for-0 in the side of KU.
Disaster strikes for Mizzou as Rel gets caught moving back to the bot lane.
Gragas
by that Amumu.
Found some associates. The chain coming in, the distortion forward to make sure it lands. Going to get knocked up and taken down by Porcelain here. Victor still on the side. Doubt he does anything now.
And it just gets even worse. Although maybe KU staying. No, Victor really is not able to do much here.
Able to do much, yeah.
Oh, but the Rel is back.
Gonna force out a flash there from Porcelain.
This is the play that never ends.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps giving.
Apparently a typical dragon fight in this series. It just keeps going. KU did secure it during the trade there, which is also really big. A nice early lead a little bit coming out. Trading up top here.
All right. Okay. No, okay.
Okay.
Now that it seems like maybe the big fight is over.
Maybe.
That was definitely really good there, catching that Rel in the river on rotation. And then the Yasuo overcommitting to assist. Yep, the Yasuo overcommitting to assist. Also going down with Moonglade barely surviving on that misfortune. Getting that kill, really, really big.
And the Gragas, I say this with all due respect, trolling a little bit here, though. We're going to have the ultimate come out from the set. Camille is looking a little bit low here. Going to try to go away, but the Facebreaker will finish her.
Another solo kill up in that top lane. Really, really big for that set. Putting the Camille behind is really important. She will become a menace in the side lane if she's allowed to get her items. And honestly, as long as she's able to keep up and farm, it's not really going to be that concerning. Camille eventually just kind of runs over everybody, but it's definitely not something you want to see with her falling behind early.
I mean, I'd rather have her be 2-0, but I mean, obviously the safety with Camille is that once you get to like that 25 minutes, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Gragas does appear to be setting up for a lane gank here, though, which is going to be interesting.
That pushing wave bot lane definitely could be really scary, but I think KU knows something is up.
Ooh. He drinks from his cask a little bit early there, so he's going to lose out on the bonus damage should something arise right here.
They definitely know something is up. I think
they are suspicious.
I think with the Yasuo not quite having that last breath, it's a little bit less scary than it would be if they did have that explosive cask last breath combo.
Absolutely. Victor
KU playing very respectfully.
Victor did step down there almost like he wanted to get involved, but for some reason backed it off.
This is really scary.
I mean,
this is extremely scary.
Gragas is wasting a
he's wasting
decent
so
amount
much
of
time getting that Rift Child for free.
They're going to go now
with the last breath.
And that appears to be Moonglade's life here, unfortunately. Step forward a little bit too far, however, KU is going to be able to respond with a Rift Herald.
That long amount of time invested eventually does pay off a little bit with that kill onto Moonglade. You have to feel he wasn't waiting for them to overset. He was just waiting for that Yasuo to tick over to level 6 so they could just go in and be pretty assured with that engage.
A little bit of an extended trade here, going pretty even on the top side, which is nice to see.
Set all-in potential is still really dangerous with that showstopper.
Bandage toss. Groovy might have overextended here.
Yes.
Crash down, and the ultimate from the Yasuo going to flash out. Yasuo gets bandage toss. He's going to go
Jace
down here. Moonglade gets 2. Can I see 3? Xin Zhao engaging on the Victor in the mid lane as well. Everything is happening everywhere. Gragas is going to get out by the looks of it, though. And
wow.
Yeah.
That attempted tower dive there from Mizzou turns south, and they give that misfortune 2 more kills. So big for the side of KU that LeBlanc is able to TP down there. They lose track of her.
See the trade flash forward from Jays. Gets the root, gets stunned up. Sapachi is here, though. Will we see an attempted dive?
No, but we do see that Rift Herald drop in the mid lane. Gonna give some money over to the LeBlanc and the Camille. And I guess they're just leaving that top lane to fend for itself.
Only 2 members here responding from the side of Mizzou, but the crab is going to go down pretty easily.
A good insertion of gold there into KU, getting some of those turret plates. Speaking of gold, we are seeing Mizzou with that 1.2k gold lead. And unfortunately, let's look at some of these CS numbers with a very large 40 CS deficit in the top lane, a 20 CS deficit mid lane. And
20 again.
20 again in bot lane. So the CS numbers are, I'm assuming most of how that gold lead is there, especially with the kill, with that kill lead. Oh,
ooh, Jay's here. He's gonna look to get some money. Gets the stun.
Chain.
Oh, and distorts out.
But it looks like he will go down in the end. That smite from the Gragas will take the kill onto Jays. But it's always good to see a solo kill that goes our way.
Yeah, that was good. The timing there, that was as close as it could have been with that distortion back to not get stunned up there.
Yes.
Porcelain is going to run into 2 here, but he does have backup. Looks like they're just going to concede the crab.
Definitely a really scary thing to fight for, even with both mid laners being dead and just being a flat-out 3v3. The Gragas having that explosive cask up still. Definitely really scary.
Set doing a good job of trading into this Camille, not really letting that second charge of the kick get off, which is definitely helping him assert his dominance a little bit.
He has a 2-level lead up there.
Yeah.
Domination by Arrogant. And again, KU really cannot contest that dragon there. They have the TP on the set, whereas the Camille does not have hers. Be kind of a very doomed play if they went for that.
Ooh, risky maneuver.
Does miss that cannon. You do have to feel bad about that.
Ooh.
That is always a bad feeling. But it's okay. Got to keep your head up. Camille will come. Camille will connect to the game later on.
I'd love to see it sooner rather than later, but hopefully we can see that come. The dragon, while that was happening top lane, going over to the side of Mizzou. A Mountain Drake, and we're going to see another Ocean Soul. By the
How exciting.
Yeah.
2 Ocean Souls in a row.
Ooh,
Let's see some Infernal. Let's see some Infernal map.
It's gonna
damage.
I like the Infernal Souls, especially maybe if like a LeBlanc were to get her hands on one. That'd be a lot of fun.
So I do want to make a point. We were kind of harping on the fact that KU are down in CS everywhere, but rest assured, this is how LeBlanc CS looks. It's just how it goes. It's impossible to CS on her, so being down 20 CS is not the biggest deal. We do see an engage here.
Misses the chain, but does get the distortion out. Pretty much a positive trade for the side of KU there, but not much. It's a little bit more poke. Gragas coming in down. He's going to throw the cask. Amumu responds. Curse of the Sad. Bullet time. Do we see it? Not quite enough damage with the wind wall coming out. Rel's going to do a crash down. Get some engage. Zinzao is here, though, to maybe make a play afterwards.
Yeah, Amumu bought so much time. Oh,
with the last breath. Body slam into the last breath is going to spell doom here. Jay's showing up at the end. Going to go for the...
He's still alive.
Wow, he lived for a long time. Apache trading in the top lane. You have to expect that showstopper to come out and secure the kill, and disaster strikes for KU.
Yes,
here.
that will be 3 for 0 if I'm not mistaken. The engaged bot lane, Groovy buys so much time with that Amumu ult, with his bandage tosses, but that wind wall from the Yasuo coming out, blocking a lot of damage from that bullet time, really kind of stops that damage coming through, and then the Zinzao coming in, not really able to do anything. On that first engage on the Amumu, they did not use the last breath, but we're going in again on the Yasuo.
Yasuo here, double bandage toss, stunned and locked down.
Big shutdown for the LeBlanc. That is very, very important.
Yes. That last fight there in the bot lane, it was, if only that stun from the Amumu ultimate gets off just a hair sooner than that wind wall doesn't get to come out, and that is a very different outlook with about half of the waves getting blocked from that bullet time. That would have probably ended up being a triple for KU.
Yeah. And again, we did see the power of that Gragas Yasuo combo with the explosive cask onto 2 members with the last breath coming on. Definitely a very scary thing that we will probably see much more of in the coming minutes. 5,000 gold lead for Mizzou at 15 minutes. Definitely not something you want to see.
So it's one of those Disney Channel comebacks type of
The top lane matchup is definitely not going great. A little bit under 70 CS difference there. That set is very strong.
TP from Victor coming in. It looks like this big scuttle that was started by Kansas is going to go over to the side of Mizzou. Jay's looking to trade. Backs out. And the Herald gets conceded.
They rotate everybody up to try and get the Herald themselves. I think maybe the better play there would have been to just keep the Misfortune bot side, try to get damage onto that tower herself, pick up some solo waves, and just try to get some gold back that way. in the end, MF does get back down there for that one wave, but will be matched by the Victor, so there'll be no turret damage going on here.
I do like the Kraken Slayer choice from Misfortune here as the Herald gets popped.
It can still be Gale Force. It might be Gale Force as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget those items go down the same.
But we'll have to see once she completes it here in a couple.
Jace going
minutes.
in, gonna miss the chain. Gragas body slams over the wall.
So importantly, that mid lane tower does not go down with the Rift Herald. That second Herald really doesn't have a whole lot of value apart from just taking a tower because there's no plating for it to take down. So not getting the full mid lane turret on that charge is definitely a good look for KU, but I imagine it will go down here shortly with members collapsing on the Amumu.
Jay's looking to face check into a Gragas unknowingly. Gets out, not quite.
Will
The
go
body
down.
slam combo with the Yasuo is just so lethal, especially coming into it blind there.
Yes.
Not having priority in the mid lane and decided to do that. Maybe not exactly the wisest idea there, but it's unfortunate that Gragas is a psychic and knew that would happen.
That last breath from the Yasuo, such a long range, it's an instant. He's on top of you in an instant, and there's really not a whole lot you can do about it, especially with no exhaust on the side of KU. That Yasuo is in there. He's going to destroy them.
Looking to get a return here. You're going to get a big bullet time as well as set. Yeah, he's just going to get bullied down here. That is a huge shutdown going on to the Camille.
Yes.
Helping her claw her way back into the game right after having finished that Divine Sunder.
Yes, over 1,000 gold being injected into the Camille. That is very, very big. That it doesn't bring back the entire deficit there. We're almost seeing a Flame Horizon in the top lane, actually.
Yeah.
But that 950 gold certainly does help. We'll be able to pick up an item component to get a little bit closer to the set. Still probably an entire item down, but anything helps.
Anything helps. Speeding up Camille getting online is big. I can't decide if I would have liked it more on MF or not. Just for the team fighting potential there, but also allowing Camille. Oh, engage here from KU. Counter engage. This is going to be huge for the side of Missouri. Oh, but big stun here. Playing with the wind wall as the Yasuo. His Immortal Shield Bow gets popped. Porcelain looking to follow the Gragas Flash as Victor shows up to neutralize any follow-up. A 2-for-1 for KU there.
Yeah, the play actually turns really good for KU there. I was a little bit worried when that Yasuo was able to go in, but they were able to get out of that fairly easily, and they were able to take down the bot lane for Mizzou, and it looks like they're going to get this mid lane tower, this ever-important mid lane tower.
We're seeing some more signs of life in the mid game here from KU, especially more so than last game, which is very nice to see in the last word, her last breath from Yasuo, not quite dealing enough damage. It's very tragic on the side of Mizzou, but I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's still something that they will need to look out for, but with these engages not really going the way of Mizzou, you're just kind of gifting some money back into the side of KU. Gold lead's still about 5,000, but I think it could be a lot more if these engages go differently. And of course, that was just Porcelain looking and finding an excellent pick on the rel there.
Yeah, I personally really think that if these engages don't instantly work for Mizzou, as you saw there with that Curse of the Sad Mummy coming in afterwards as a counter engage, Mizzou doesn't exactly have that much to follow up past their initial sort of surge of damage. So seeing good counter engages from KU is definitely promising to sort of getting back into the swing of how this game should be played if they want to see.
And if they can catch, even they can just catch people with the Yasuo not there, the Yasuo is really like that wind wall is really how they're gonna end up blocking a lot of that misfortune damage. So if he's not there, then the misfortune will get to free fire with that bullet time.
Absolutely.
Definitely looking for her to hit level 11 soon, because that damage will increase, is going to do a lot more damage.
Chain's hitting. Gragas getting chunked down to half. Some wrapping around here. Flash Curse of the Sad Mummy into the bandage toss, into the Misfortune ultimate, as well as the showstopper from Set. Groovy is going to fall. Camille getting pressured off, and that does not quite go KU's way there.
Maybe they're looking to go back in.
Perhaps a re-engage is on the table. Predator gets propped from Gragas. Set is posturing like he wants to do some more. Does not have the ultimate there. Neither does Gragas.
Gragas popping that Predator, looking maybe he wanted to go back in. Yasuo does still have ult, but in the end, they decide to just pull off with the 1 kill. Ooh,
Trading here, Jays and Yasuo. Twilly gets rooted up. Misfortune is there. Gonna get hit with that last word and stunned up. Unfortunately, that was close on the side of KU. Sadly, it goes the way of Mizzou, though.
Moonglade getting caught on the end of that tornado is definitely very, very unfortunate. It gives Yasuo a position to change or to move around in the fight and get a kill back. Fortunately, the Misfortune will be alive for this dragon spawning in a minute. And you have to imagine KU will need to try and look for some sort of miracle fight there. Although it is just the 3rd dragon, so maybe they can give it up and look to go back on it when the soul is inevitable.
I don't know. I'd like to contest this one if I were KU here. I don't know if I'd be comfortable giving away Soul Point into a composition that's going to scale as hard as this Yasuo is, especially around their team fight.
And that Yasuo has picked up that Infinity Edge. I'm not quite sure how long he's had it. That's my bad, but definitely a Yasuo with 2 items, one of them being Infinity Edge, is very scary.
Interestingly, I don't believe he has 60% crit chance, though, so he's not getting the bonus damage yet.
He has 100% crit.
Oh, it's Yasuo.
Because of Yasuo.
Oh my gosh.
Mizzou getting engaged on here. Will be just chain CC'd and he will fall down.
Jays, though, looking for a counter response here onto the Gragas. Not going to get it. Xin Zhao going in on the Rel.
And I think with that pick onto the Amumu, the side of Mizzou will just have free reign over the Dragon Pit, and they will end up taking Soul Point. I don't imagine KU will really move forward for that.
I don't think it's worth a suicide play.
Yes.
However, maybe trying to get a pick here onto the bot side would be something to look for. However, you gotta be mindful.
Mizzou are sniffing it out.
Gragas is there, looking to come in. TP's coming as well from Victor. The bullet time from far away. Showstopper onto the Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao is going to live for now. Camille in there. The cask coming in, shoving... What's his name? Sopachi. Oh, and he gets hit with the body slam. Yasuo going in by himself. Hits the tornado. He's still alive. Big CC, though, from the Mummy. The body slam coming in. However, this tower dive looks like it's just going to be finishing off everybody else. The stopwatch. No.
And that fight will end as an ace for one member, just the Yasuo dying. And they are on this inhibitor turret. Maybe we see them take that inhibitor and run straight for the dragon. I don't imagine they can move forward for any more. That would be very, very, very risky, especially with some low mana on the... Oh, they are. They're looking to end the game.
The timers, everyone's up for KU in about 10 seconds. It's going to be a little bit of a race.
These Nexus towers are so flimsy, though. Maybe they just take the one and leave.
They do not have the minions to keep that push going. So it looks like they're going to fall back to the dragon. It does give KU a chance here to punish them a little bit for taking that tower and maybe getting a Drake out of it.
Yasuo isn't running to dragon. Yasuo looks like he's running towards that Baron, possibly. So maybe KU can catch them in rotation on this dragon.
They are going to have numbers. Set did just
reset. Can he get there in time,
He has
though?
TP.
They get there on the dragon. Ooh. This is definitely scary. Yasuo has made it.
They're just going to make the turnaround play. Showstopper. He is going to get CC'd up. Chained. Ooh. Lots of damage, though, coming into the counter engage from Mizzou. Just wipes everyone off the map. 3-0 here in that trade. And that is not what you like to see.
That haymaker from Set did 3,000 true damage. It hit so many. Like, it had... I'm pretty sure it hit 3 people dealing 1,000 damage. What? How crazy. And they are marching into the base. Marching into the base with the super minion. 2v5 defense is going to take a flat-up miracle. Maybe Misfortune can take out that whole wave.
Cask. Gonna flash away from the Victor stun. Going in, and Curse of the Sad Mummy here from Groovy Groovy. Crash down Cask. And it's just not looking too good
Desperation coming out from the side of KU. And it looks like the game will just end. No Dragon Soul, no Baron. And Mizzou will take the series 2-0. A little bit of an unfortunate showing here from KU. Mizzou just the better team on the day. Pretty entertaining games. The first one, we had some really contentious fights. Yeah. And this game kind of got out of control in that top side pretty quickly.
I enjoyed the first game, seeing those really long, drawn-out dragon fights, and KU weren't really able to replicate the success that they found there in Game 2, and it sort of just spiraled out of control, coming with these side laners here, coupled with the great plays from the Gragas. So it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely a very unfortunate thing. I think that is all from us. This is just a best of 3, so the game's going both in the favor of Mizzou, means that this is the end of this series. So we will be back with some more League of Legends on Tuesday. Thanks for watching.